going back to the Neanderthal and the fact we know that they had a very significant number of idiot savants. One should try to imagine the creation of a chemical computer that was able to link to the savant part of a brain while ignoring the idiot part of the brain. And if you could do that with significant numbers suggested is 144,000 sections into one place, you might be able to develop a computer way beyond what we know today. It's significant that in the genome, the numbers 125 to 145,000 suggest the total instructions that are involved with DNA. And the genome is designed to name each one and identify their very basic and specific purposes and how they come together and how few of them are used in making a human being. Figures that I've been told are that although there are over 100,000 different instructions in DNA form, a human being operates with 25,000 of these instructions. So think of yourselves as being made up of 25,000 information bits, of which you in fact only need maybe 3,000 or 4,000 to function, and the others are in reserve. And it's a long story, genetic engineering. And I can't stop at this moment in time to identify everything that is possible in that stage. But let me just try to describe how the Neanderthaler would have made their way to that place. They were living in mines. Their mines, the result of having found minerals in the caves that they habitated. And as mineralogy became known, and it would have to be known when one would develop the next stage away from stone into a metal head for an arrow or a spear, for example. Metallurgy was probably the first industrial activity that developed while Neanderthalers lived in caves. One thing you learn about metallurgy is that no metal is basically pure. If it is melted down, molten metal can be broken down into its component parts, and one finds different structures that can be separated out of the metal to give different elements, and that those elements can be recombined to make a different product than the one began with. It's basic chemistry. If one has that general knowledge, and one then asks the question, well, if you can break down metals to their basic component parts, is it not possible to break down vegetables? And testing proved that it could. These are guys that had a lot of time on their hands. They either worked at mining, at the chemistry side of things, so they stood up on top of the mountain, studied the skies, and wrote down where stars were on any single night. Over a period of thousands of years, started to understand precession and the fact that everything always kind of goes around and comes back to where it was, and started making calendars of events and stuff like that. And they wanted a method, basically, of storing the information they were gathering so that it would be available from one generation into the next. Chemistry, botany, all chemicals mixed together, brought them around to one day saying, hey, if it's in metal, if it's in vegetable, should it not therefore be the premise of animal? And of course, from animal, humans.